it's a brief moment of Africa. Like it's a part in Africa, and it's like it's a part of slavery and stuff like that.
A Gullah means to me as a festival where people have a good time.
Gullah is not really familiar with me, but when I think about it, I think about magic, weaving baskets, voodoo type things. Just a bunch of people come together, having a good time. Rice and biscuits.
When I hear the word Gullah, it doesn't really affect me, but it makes me reflect on explorations in the Gullah culture.
What Gullah means to me is the same thing that she said, because she stole mine, which is festival and weaving baskets and dancing and getting along.
Let's talk a little bit about, do you ever hear about Gullah in school?
Yes.
Especially 7th grade. I mean, like it's like they stopped talking about, like they try to make you forget about slavery, how blacks got here in the first place, or stuff like that. It's like they try to stop that because they want to forget it. Like it's especially civil rights, and that's stuff I like to learn about. But
So anybody else hear about it in school at all? No. Where did you hear about it? Where have you heard about it?
I've heard about it in school, but we didn't really review or go over the topic of Gullah.
It was more they just mentioned it as they were, yeah.
I heard about Gullah at home. When there was supposed to be a Gullah festival at the the place where the gym's at in Pawleys Island, Rockmore Recreation Center. There was a Gullah festival there, and it was just a bunch of people gathering around and having a good time and eating. And,
reggae music was playing.
Reggae music was playing.
Creations.
There was a parade that me and my brothers and my granddad we attended downtown Georgetown, and my granddad was actually interviewed on the news, and he talked about the Gullah culture and what it meant to him.
What did he say? Do you remember?
Well, I think it was like he said show kids to stop on the phones and stuff and take time to come out to these things, because in a couple more years we probably going to have it.
It was more of
my school.
It was the Black History Parade.
Yeah.
It was more of just olden time stuff that my granddad was used to, because he came up in those times and he was just explaining to. That's all it was. I don't know if it had a relation with Gullah or not.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important to kind of learn this as a kid? I mean, it is history, so it's the past, but a lot of the past bleeds into the present and makes us who we are. So do you think stuff like that, are you kind of sad you don't learn this kind of thing in school?
May I ask a question?
Yeah.
Do you think it's important to learn World War II, stuff like that, or other things about white people? Do you think it's important about that? Black people have feelings and sayings in it too. People in the older days need to be black people in the older days need to be explored, not forgotten. They need to be brought out, not forgotten. That's what I feel about it.
Gotcha. What do you guys think about why it's important to know your history?
I think it is important, like you said, because it brings us up from that to who we are now, and it really reflects on what's happening.
You ever talk about it? I know you talked about it in terms of the festival and Black History Day at home, but do you ever hear your parents say anything else that kind of either about Gullah, or do they ever do anything that
Our grandma, she cooks, she'll do these special, when family comes down, she'll do these special little family dinners and stuff, and we also do it with the family, and sometimes they'll make it fun and bring like stuff from different cultures in, so we all can try it.
Very cool. And it's neat, right? Yeah. Anybody else do anything at home that they think?
I think the
Church.
Yeah, the Gullah culture, the food is amazing. The rice, the brown rice, biscuits.
You keep on talking about food.
That's a big part of it.
I be going into the food.
Another thing is like the music.
Can't you tell? Look
I
at
think she's thick.
I'm glad to be skinny.
I be going in, boy, the biscuits with the bell pepper.
Do you know anyone who uses words that might have come from the Gullah language?
Oh yeah, I used to I used to hear when I went to Walkmore Middle School back in the day, because you know I'm a grown man now. You know, my science teacher, her name was Miss Green. She used to tell stories about hags and plaid eyes and
red eye.
Well, I was scared. I couldn't sleep that night.
I'm in 7th grade, and like I used to have her, but we switch off, and yeah, like it was like she used to tell stories, and the one thing that she always did that always stuck out was she always did the Black History program, and I was in it. I played what was it? Yeah, Nat Turner. I did my thing, you know. I showed up, did my thing, was awesome, cool at it, you know. I exploited my talent, you know. It was nice. It was on my birthday also.
I used to go to Walkmore Intermediate School recently with my brother Jordan, and our music teacher, she was related to her, because she said her mother was part Gullah and part African American. So that's one thing. And also my teacher, which turned out to be my cousin, my 4th grade teacher, Miss Nettles, her mother was Gullah, is Gullah.
What do you guys think about, and you might not know about this, so it's kind of off the cuff, but Gullah locally and actually all up and down the coast is becoming kind of a tourist thing. It's becoming kind of a draw to people that are like, now Gullah's cool.
Because people are interested in
scary
rice,
like,
I'm telling you.
That, but people like, I'm not trying to be like, but some people are into like scary stuff like voodooism, and I forgot what that word shit is. What's I use, but
root medicine.
Yeah,
which isn't scary.
Root medicine.
Mostly.
Like people like getting into.
I ain't say
nothing yet.
I did say something.
With some of the folks who remember relatives who spoke Gullah, or folks who had different like herb remedies and ways of cooking and things like that, they're a little concerned that the tourist part of it is going to make it less. The whole tourism aspect is going to make it a little less authentic, but I'm wondering how you guys feel about that, because I'm thinking you're probably glad that it gets attention at all so that it can be retained, because it sounds like you guys haven't given you much, have they?
Yeah, like a month of Black History program.
Whoa.
Like Black History.
Yeah, we have a Black History. Every day could be Black History.
Just like every day could be.
It's just your history, you know what I'm saying? Like European history, African. It's the same thing.
It is true, because like you relive, called deja vu. Like it feels like you're reliving what you already lived before.
Yeah. Okay, y'all want to speak about Black History?
Yeah, y'all should speak.
About
Jay
Gullah?
is black. Yeah, he is black. So.
Y'all are.
I mean, they don't believe me when I say the biscuits are so good.
Oh yeah, they are.